for media's own good and much more importantly to worry you. Everyone who carries a camera fancies himself as a journalist, and he can get out those visuals or that information. And very importantly, when you're facing camera, some things you say off camera. Be wary of, I should not warn you as a television journalist, but I'm saying there are cutaways that people will say, I need to take some shots while you're conversing with this person. And you're saying all sorts of things about somebody else or somebody in your organization, and that's something very innocuously captured on camera, which can lead to you getting into trouble and your organization getting into trouble. So be very clear about the organization needs to be clear about who they are deputing there, because that should be a responsible person who is not out to fix whoever else. Within all organizations, those kind of equations exist, and therefore be clear about what he will communicate and how much he will communicate. He could have informal communication also, but be wary of not being caught off guard like this, because there are all cameras. In a situation like that, you will be giving instructions to your deputy or saying that this is what has happened, and someone else hears half the story and they will put out the story about, oh my god, 6 people have already been shifted to some mortuary, he'll say, and therefore 6 people must have died in this situation. Whatever, I'm not saying it need not be only such a disaster where lives are lost, but there are important messages in the way body language is, you communicate the body language, in the way you appear during a situation, both in peacetime and in times when it's a disaster situation. Identify people who are smart for camera, who are preparing what they are going to say for camera. That doesn't mean you read it out like this press release. That doesn't convey dynamism to your audience. And you look into the camera, or you look into the person's eye and talk, and that will convey completely different body language. So that's something for which you do need to train yourself. You do need to have that confidence to say that I will be well groomed first of all before I go before camera. I will appear as somebody who is not hiding anything, and I will look into the camera, not that I will say that itna hi main bol sakta hu aur kuch nahi. Be confident. You may have no information at all, but share whatever you can. If it is about some plant, say this plant was established in so and so time, this is the kind of technology we have had some problem here, and therefore we are inquiring the police, all the very, very basic things. Television is looking for sound bites during those times. If you don't give those sound bites, they'll get somebody else to speak. There'll be eyewitnesses, villagers who will say, हमने देखा ये पूरा वहाँ तक the 1 kilometer तक आवाज आई इसकी blast की. I'm saying there will be people who will, and very often may not be intentionally, but in any disaster situation, whoever is an eyewitness will tend to exaggerate the situation, because they want, where whatever you see, you generally tend to want to tell it in a big way so that it's interesting to somebody else. It's a natural human tendency. So be there, make that communication, identify who will do that. Don't wait for the CEO. Of course, you need the nod of the CEO, but that line of communication, that media to be fed information, is also a very important part of the disaster protocol that you need to identify. I think I will go on and on, since my professor in college used to say all Tamilians talk without a full stop and a comma, so I tend to do that. I'm sorry for that. So thank you.